Hello, this is Don Lewis, and welcome to Living the Wiccan Life. Last weekend, July 14th and 15th, we headed down to St. Louis for the 15th annual St. Louis Pagan Picnic. We go to the St. Louis Picnic every year, and every year seems to be better than the year before. This year, the picnic had over 60 vendors, continuous entertainment in their famous Bardic Circle Pavilion, and through the Amtgard Medieval Recreation Society, and special guests, including authors Ellen Dugan, River and Joyce Higginbotham, as well as Raven Gramazzi, one of the leading lights of modern Wicca, with whom we are proud to bring you an interview later in the program. We also did many other interesting interviews.
My name is Don Wildgruby.
You're a longtime member of the community, back to the early days.
Back to the early days, 1971.
Now, one of the things I've heard from people is that this is where the term neo-pagan or pagan got really started, was St. Louis.
Yeah. Back in 71, the Church of All Worlds started up here by Tim Zell, now known as Oberon, Oberon Gazelle. And we had a nice small pagan community going here for quite a while. Later on, Tim moved out to California. Things kind of went downhill. But we've always had some sort of a pagan presence. And then later on, some of these other groups started, Cass started, and then Yarrow Coven took over, and we started doing the Pagan Picnic. But most of us have been around for quite a while.
Can you tell me the difference between the community that you was back in 71 and the way it is today?
I think right now it's a lot more open. Back in 71, we weren't that open. The old Church of All Worlds had a lot of problems with the city of St. Louis, and the city police didn't like us, and so on. And so we had to deal with that. And now we seem to get along with the powers that be. So.
Okay, so we're at the St. Louis Picnic. Do you have anything to say about St. Louis Picnic? What do you think about it today?
Well, the St. Louis Pagan Picnic is one of the biggest picnics around. We have a lot of vendors, a lot of music, a lot of everything, and it's free. It's open to the public. Anybody and everybody, come by and check us out.
One last question. We talked about it being living the Wiccan life or living the pagan life. What do you have any advice for people who are starting to live the life?
Don't be afraid. People, we were talking about that before. In these other communities, you have to worry about what God's going to do to you, what this person's going to do. You have to realize the goddess is within, and so you ultimately are in charge of everything for yourself. And you're completely responsible for everything. So do what you want to do.
You know where the Amtgard table is?
Amtgard is down there and to your right. You can't miss them.
Hi, my name is Tempest of Weststone.
Terrific. And we're out here at the St. Louis Pagan Picnic, and you're with the group, how do you pronounce it?
Amtgard.
Amtgard. And what is Amtgard for those?
Amtgard is a medieval fine reenactment group. Pretty much we're a LARP. We beat each other with foam sticks. It's fun. If you like role play, if you like just fighting, it's a stick jock game, it's a role play game, it's fun. If you like D&D, it's the game for you. If you just like to run around and just be a brute and beat people, yell for Sparta, for you.
My name is John Morrow, and I do artwork for a living, all sorts of different medias. Right now I'm painting one-of-a-kind t-shirts because it's a way of actually kind of revealing to myself what my own inner stuff is.
You have lovely t-shirts. If someone wanted to contact you, how would they do that? If they wanted to get one of your t-shirts?
Well, actually right now, you got to catch me live. There's something real important about having direct experience, direct contact with people and things. Although in the future I'll be traveling, doing performance art and selling my shirts, and at that point I'll actually have a website. But right now you got to catch me live.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
First, give us your name.
My pagan name is Fia. That's how I'm known in the community.
Good. And how long have you been involved in the community?
I was solitary for about 12 years, and I've actually started getting active in the pagan community at large for about 5 now.
Now, what brings you out to St. Louis Picnic today?
Just a chance to network and meet other pagans.
I noticed that you wear these really, I saw you yesterday and today, you wear these really elegant outfits. Do you find is that what you do, or is it an expression of anything, or is it something?
Well, I've always been artistic. I was an art major in college and always liked different clothes. I never fit into the norm all the time, so I wear what makes me feel good because I feel life's too short to just try to be in the mold. I do what makes me happy.
Good. And now, a lot of the people who are watching this are going to be just getting started in their Wiccan life. They're just starting out. Do you have any advice for them or anything that you would say?
The first one is don't let anybody tell you that what you're doing is wrong, because everybody's spirituality is different. And spirituality is about being what you need to make yourself happy. So don't let anybody tell you to do anything that you don't feel comfortable with, and don't do anything just because somebody says that that's the way it's supposed to be.
Hey, I'm Uther.
And I'm Taz.
And we're with Mid-Missouri Pagan Pride in Columbia, Missouri. We're having an event on September 23rd this year. This will be our 5th year. And we're going to have a street fair and festival, part of the international Pagan Pride movement. The Pagan Pride is an organization that was started about 10 years ago and began very small in New York, and since then has spread internationally. And the goal of Pagan Pride is to publicize paganism, to let people know that we are not, weird, hippie, groovy, drug-using Satanist freaks, and to get our name and our religion out into the public eye so that people can see it for what it really is.
And I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We really support tolerance. I mean, really, that's kind of what it's about. It's not just tolerance for us, but our own tolerance of other people. And this year's Pagan Pride in Missouri, Columbia, Missouri specifically, is sponsored by Hearthfires and Ozark Avalon, which means that you have two separate groups of pagans coming together to collaborate to put something together, which takes an amazing amount of skill work.
If they wanted to contact you, how would they contact you?
They would contact us at tazma@yahoo.com.
How do you spell that?
TAZMMA@yahoo.com.
Terrific. One last question. I asked this to everybody, living the Wiccan life, and we talked about it. You're out here at the St. Louis Picnic, which is lovely.
Absolutely.
Enjoying yourselves today?
It's a beautiful day.
What do you think it means to you to be living this sort of pagan life, this Wiccan life? I'm not sure. Well, first of all, are you Wiccan, pagan?
I'm Wiccan. Consider myself to be Wiccan.
Okay.
And the biggest deal about it is just trying to live by the precepts and the moral concepts that we hold as a religion, and to follow our path. And I think that is the most impressive part of it, because then people see what good people we are, and they go, "Oh, you're Wiccan! Wow, that's amazing. You're such a good person." And well, it's thank you. But just trying to live our life according to the laws, Anat harm none, love, tolerance. That's what it's all about for us.
Right.
Thank you. Go ahead, please, feel free.
Oh, I was going to say, to me, I think when you lead a pagan lifestyle, whether you're Wiccan or some other form of paganism, you end up feeling a connection between everything and everybody, and that allows you to have more tolerance, allows you to give more and build more community, and allows you to do more work for other people.
Thank you. Can I borrow you for a few minutes?
I suppose.
Can I throw you in front of a camera for a few seconds?
I suppose.
What do you mean, I suppose?
I'm Dave Sasprin from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm part of Wizards Emporium. I'm also part of Gaia Works, and I'm also part of the Pagan Education Network.
Pagan Education Network? You said? What is that?
It's a grassroots activist organization for educating the public about paganism, what it is and what it isn't.
You're also an active festival goer.
Yes, we do 12 to 16 events a year. The longest is PSG in southwestern Ohio. And that lasts a week. The rest of them are 5 days to 2 days to 1 day.
And you've been coming out to the St. Louis Picnic for quite a few years.
Quite a few years, yeah.
What makes the St. Louis picnic kind of interesting?
The mix of people. It's in the middle of a park that is bordered by houses on three sides, and so the residents of the housing developments come in and visit because this is their park.
Now, you're not just a festival, you put on a festival or an event every year.
I put on the Indianapolis Masquerade Ball.
And that happens in March?
That'll happen in March 8th in Indianapolis next year.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this will be our 4th year. This year we had Rupert's Kids and Indy Farrell as the charities, and we were able to give them a total of $1,400 from the greater Indianapolis pagan community.
You've been in community for a while.
Yeah.
A number of years.
Yeah, about 19.
19. What's the difference between when you started and now?
Boy, that's a tough question. I guess 19 years ago there were a lot more ego-driven leaders than there are now. And by that I mean it was my way or the highway, and you have to do this, you have to do that, you know. And we as a community are very grateful that those toxic personalities have gone by the wayside. And most of the leaders today are much more understanding and not as stringent as to what they expect from their students.
Okay. Do you have any suggestions or statements you would make to people who are just beginning their sort of Wiccan life?
Don't leave your ethics and your morals at the door. You have to bring them with you. This is a very moral lifestyle. Yes, we have parts of it that are poly and parts of it that are gay, but your own morals, you have to live with them day to day.
How would they get a hold of you if they want to get a hold of you at all?
You can get a hold of me at indywiz@yahoo.com.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Join us for part 2 of our program, including our interview with Raven Grimassi.
You want to